The biology. Biology is the natural science that studies life and living organisms. Biologists study the structure, function, growth, origin, evolution, and distribution of living organisms. There are generally considered to be at least 9 umbrella fields of biology, each of which consists of multiple subfields. These are biochemistry, botany, cellular biology, ecology, evolutionary biology, genetics, molecular biology, physiology, and zoology. Biology is divided in so much other subdivisions, such as anatomy, anthropology, botany, immunology, embryology, cytology, biomedicine, genetics, biochemistry, histology, virology, and zoology. There are so much other interesting branches of biology. One of these is the genetics. The genetics is a branch of biology concerned with the study of genes, genetic variation, and heredity in organisms. This branch of study of biology was developed by the scientist Gregor Mendel. This scientific was the one that created the first law of heredity. Other interesting branch of biology is astrobiology. The astrobiology is the study of life in the universe. The search of life beyond the Earth requires an understanding of life and the nature of the environments that support it, as well as planetary system, and solar processes. Thinking about life in other parts of the whole universe makes us reflect about how life began in our planet. There are so much theories about the existence of organisms in Earth. Some of those are the creation of life by the supreme being, like a supreme god in any religion. Other is the spontaneous degeneration, created by nothing. The other one is electrical activity in storms, in volcanoes with powerful heat energy. Other is the bottom of oceans with the first protozoans. One interesting is that life transported by meteorites, talking about life from other planets. And the interesting one, that says that living organisms are based on DNA and RNA proteins.
Characteristics of living things. Living things are summarized in 8 main points that are organization, genetic code, response to stimuli, homeostasis, metabolism, growth, reproduction, adaptation, and evolution. Organization. All life in Earth is organized. That means that nothing can exist or function without this complex. Genetic code. All living things have a genetic code, and it is a sequence of nitrogenous bases. Response to stimuli. Response to stimuli is a reaction all living things have to certain stimuli such as sound, light, chemical substances, etc. Metabolism. Metabolism is the main way to maintain the homeostasis, because it is in charge of the destruction of molecules to create new ones that they obtain from food. Growth. All living things increase their volume and reproduction. For living things to perpetuate their species, they need to reproduce themselves. Adaptation and evolution. The world change, so the living things need to also change that so they can survive in a new world. Difference between prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells. Prokaryotic cells are small, simplex cells. Meanwhile, eukaryotic cells are complex, large structured cells. Prokaryotic cells do not come with a defined nucleus. Meanwhile, eukaryotes do. They have a nucleus, mitochondria, lysosomes, etc. And in the nucleus they store all the information. Prokaryotic cells are the most primitive cells, and the eukaryotic evolved from the prokaryote, and these are the ones mainly all living things have.
History of the microscope. 1590s. Hansen Zacharias Janssen two Dutch citizens created the first microscope by putting multiple lenses in a tube. 1609, Galileo Galilei developed the first compound microscope. In 1625, Giovanni Faurer used the term microscope for the first time to describe the compound microscope of Galileo. In 1665, Robert Hooke published Micrographia, in which he used for the first time the term cell. In 1679, Anthony saw the first living cells. In 1931, Ernest Rosca and Max Knoll built the first TEM or transmission electron microscope, the first microscope capable to see cell and cell theory. Cells are the simplest unit of matter that is living, and there exist two primary kinds of cells: eukaryotic ones which have a nucleus and prokaryotic ones which doesn't have a nucleus. In cell theory, we have different ideas that are accepted by scientists. One of them are that energy flow occurs within cells. The second one is that hereditary information, or in other words, DNA, it's passed from cell to cell. And the third one is that all cells have the same basic chemical composition. In other words, all the cells are responsible for the genetic and the evolution of living things.
The different forms of cell transport. The passive transport. The passive transport is the movement of molecules across the cell membrane and does not require energy. The active transport, the movement of ions or molecules across the cell membrane into a region of higher concentration, assisted by enzymes and require energy. Diffusion transport, the movement of molecules from a region of higher concentration to a region of lower concentration. Facilitated diffusion. This process does not require ATP, but does require cell membrane proteins, which are called carrier proteins, to carry the molecules across the cell's membrane from an area of higher concentration to an area of lower concentration. Exocytosis. Exocytosis is a form of active transport and bulk transport in which a cell transports molecules out of the cell by expelling them through an energy-dependent process. Endocytosis, the taking in of matter by a living cell by invagination of its membrane to form a vacuole.
The homeostasis comes from the Greek words homeos and stasis. That homeos means equal or similar, and stasis state or stability. So in a biological context, we can say that homeostasis is the quality of organisms to preserve their vital internal conditions for the organisms to make whatever they need to do. We can say that the human body is made up of tissues, organs, cells, but they are also made up of organ systems that they all work together as a unit to make sure the body still function correctly. We have main systems. We have a lot of systems in our body, but we're only going to mention some of them. First, we're going to start with the circulatory system that is in charge, or it refers to the circulating blood to deliver the oxygen and nutrients to every part of our body. We have the digestive system that processes the food we eat, obviously, and separate it into something that our body can process and deliver correctly. We have the muscular system that gives the body the ability to move, the support of all our weight, and it works very stretch with the skeletal system that gives shape
A sudden onset with rapid changes, but only last for a short time, are called acute, while the effects of chronic disease may last for months or even years. There are 9 main different diseases. First of all, what is health? Health can be defined as a physical, social, and mental condition of a person. Good health is being more than being free from disease. It is having a positive outlook on life and feeling good physically. Disease is a disorder or malfunction of the body or mind that destroys good health. Diseases have characteristic symptoms, which can be physical, mental, or both. Physical, infectious, non-infectious, deficiency, inherited. Degenerative, mental, and social, and self-inflicted disease. 2 billion people, or 1 in 6 of the world's population, are adolescents of 10 to 19 years. Most are healthy, but there is a substantial premature death, illness, and injury among adolescents. Okay, so the main health issues are injuries. That unintentional injuries are the leading cause of the death of adolescents. Most of them are road traffic accidents. The other one is mental health. Depression is one of the leading causes of illness and disability among adolescents. And suicide is the second leading cause of death. Adolescence is a critical transitional period that includes the biological changes of puberty and developmental tasks, such as normative exploration and tasks and learning to be independent. Okay, and as an important phase of our life, we need to take care of ourselves by exercising regularly, eating a healthy diet, maintaining a healthy weight, sleeping well, etc. etc. A healthy lifestyle. With a good food habits and daily physical activity, you will be on your way to a healthy lifestyle. Easy to say, but sometimes not easy to do. So here are 5 ways you can lead to a healthy lifestyle. Nice. So first, get active each day. Regularly physical activity is important for our health growth. 2, choose water as a drink. 3, eat more fruit and vegetables. 4, switch off the screen and get active. And 5, finally eat a fewer of snacks. Dr. Craig Nosso, head of wellness Discovery Vitality, said that the trick for making your lifestyle healthier is to make small healthy changes over every day, such as taking the stairs instead of the lifts, increasing your fruit by 1, drinking 1 extra glass of water, or quitting smoking.